blind. I can't. I
Okay,
can't
so
do anything. Okay.
we're live right now.
Okay.
We are live and we're here and it's showing that you are here.
All right.
And
Hey.
yes. So we're gonna give people a few seconds
Okay.
to log on.
Sounds good.
Yes.
I'm
And
excited.
me too. And I think we have to talk a little slower because there looks like there might be a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
So yeah. And if you have it on your page, go ahead and share it now.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I'm just
Yay.
sharing the attachments. We're gonna give everybody a few seconds to log in and start to join us because, we're here now. It's my very first time using this thing, so you guys have to bear with me.
It's gonna be good though.
Yes. Oh, you can hear me talking now. Okay.
I love to talk to parents about child support. It's just what I do. I live and breathe this stuff at this point.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Okay.
This is Naja, everybody. This is the very first interview that we've done for Blended in Black. And it's a cool thing because I've decided to do an entire series. Anybody that is about the business of blending or anything to do with keeping the children first and building up the family unit is welcome on this show. So today we have Simone Spence. Simone is also known as the Deadbeat Hunter. Now, Simone, she looks like this nice, sweet lady, but I have seen her writing and I have seen her in action. Basically, don't let that fool you. Now, if you're owed a minimum of $5,000 in arrears, Simone will, by any means necessary, find your money from the co-parent that owes you the money. So, Simone, who are you? Why are you doing this? Why are you the deadbeat hunter? Of all the things to hunt, why hunt deadbeats?
Wow. Well, thank you first of all for having me on your show. I am pleased to be here tonight, and I feel lucky to be your inaugural guest. So thank you very much for that. So that's number one. So I actually didn't give myself the name Deadbeat Hunter. That name was actually given to me many, many years ago by some parents who had gone through my process and actually collected their money. So, yeah, so it's just one of those things that just kind of happened. And I never set out to be a deadbeat hunter. I mean, when I was a little girl, it's not like I went to bed at night and, said, oh, I want to grow up to be a deadbeat hunter one day. It just happened because I got into this business of helping parents to collect their unpaid child support. And I happen to be very good at it. And so it just happened by itself and it fit. And so I roll with it.
Okay, Simone, there's a comment that says there's an echo from you. So can you turn your volume down just a little bit?
I sure can.
Thank you. That was Quint out there. Thank you, Quint. This is our first time doing this, and bear with us, guys, because we have some great information. And by the way, all of this is going to be on the blog tonight. So in case you missed something, there will be replays. Give us a thumbs up in the comments. Simone, you can go ahead and finish talking. If you guys still hear an echo, just let us know.
Okay, audio is better now. I lowered it a little bit.
Okay, I can hear fine, but somebody said they heard an echo.
Okay. So anyway, so the name was given to me and I just started to roll with it because for me, it felt like a badge of honor because I had helped some parents through a really difficult and sticky situation and they were pleased as punch. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go with it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's how Deadbeat Hunter got born.
So did you have to hunt your own personal deadbeat?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I did.
Oh,
hello.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
and I don't mind sharing the story
Well,
Um,
share, because we can
yeah,
listen.
I'll just share a little bit. Just
Okay.
take it close to the microphone. No, I don't mind sharing because it's part of the whole process, and it makes sense to understand how this whole thing happened. Because again, I didn't just wake up one day and say, I want to go out and chase down people who owe single moms money. So
Right.
I have been in this business now for over 25 years, believe it or not. So many years ago, got divorced from my ex, and he decided that he wanted to stiff me with child support payments. And like a lot of single moms, I was a professional woman. I was a journalist. And even though I was making a pretty decent income, journalists don't make a whole lot of money starting out. I was in my 20s,
Right.
And I had to take care of that entire nut myself every single month. And I had a little child, which means I had to pay daycare. And back in the day, even 20 years ago, my daycare bill was like $600 a month. And yes, $600 a month. So he stopped paying the child support. It started causing all kinds of problems. And to make a very long story short, I found a friend of mine who was an attorney. He volunteered to teach me how to navigate the law library. And it took months, literally.
So you actually had access to the law library, and
Yes.
you went in. So you went and filed your own paperwork and contempt charges and all that stuff too.
Yes, he taught me how to navigate the law library, and within a few months, I learned how to not only collect all of the money that my ex had stiffed me on, but also I learned that my child support order was way too low. I learned how to gather my proofs and go in and increase my order. And then that's when the floodgates opened, because every mommy in the region heard about what I did, because no one can seem to get help on this matter.
She heard about that, right?
They heard about it through the grapevine, and they started coming to me, and I just started helping one after the next at my kitchen table at night. Moms just coming to my house, until one day I was like, oh, wow, I've got a business here. And it just started on its own.
Okay, so I think I can hear an echo now. Can you guys hear it? Can you guys are out there watching, can you hear it? Because I can hear myself. No? Okay. So
I'm good. I don't hear echo.
You're good. So I heard, or I read somewhere that, when you say you hunt down child support arrears by any means necessary, you can garnish a man. We know you can garnish a man's wages. We know that I did not know that you can seize his property.
Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yes,
so can you tell somebody, and I'm going to give it, pause 1 second, because we do have a few people that say they can't hear an echo. I'm going to turn my screen down because I want you guys to hear this. So this is a test. Hey, Ann. Hey, Ceresia. Hola, Anidra. Hi, everybody. Okay, guys, I need you to let me know if you're hearing this echo. I just need you guys. We're going to pause it for a second and let me know if you're still hearing it. Nobody's saying anything, so I'm assuming the echo's gone. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Okay. So
sounds good. Okay.
Hey, thank you, baby. Oh, there's my husband. Hey, Tony.
Oh, hey, Tony.
So, we were just getting into it now. We all know that you can garnish a man's wages. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say a man, because there's not only men that owe child support. You can garnish a person's wages that owes you money. You can get it from them the old-fashioned way, as we do in New York. You can break their legs, or you can seize. You can seize your property, like their home. Can you tell us some other things that people don't know about, Simone?
Yes.
Take your money.
Yes. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is that, we don't do the Vinny over here. We don't go out and break legs and kneecaps. So we don't do the Vinny. I stopped doing that years ago. But no. No, there are actually a lot of things that you can do that most parents have no idea about. You can place liens and seize all kinds of deposit accounts. So we're talking about savings accounts and checking accounts. We're talking about IRAs, and we're talking about safe deposit box. We're talking about these days green dots and PayPal accounts and all of those other systems of non-banking that a lot of folks are using these days, because there are folks right now who are using these non-banking institutions because maybe they can't get an account. But then there are also some people who choose to use these non-banking institutions because they are purposely trying to evade and hide. So if they get some cash, whether they're an under-the-table earner or maybe they are a cash-based business owner, whatever the case is, they think, and for the most part, it's true, if folks are just trying to go through CSC, they think that if they just take that cash and stash it in PayPal, that it's untouchable. But there are ways to actually access every type of deposit account out there. You can place liens and seize personal property, such as cars.
Write this down, you all. Get a pen and write this down.
Cars, ATVs, motorcycles, recreational vehicles, anything and everything that you think of that might have an actual cash value to it. If it was going to be sold on the open market and it's a piece of personal property, you could actually sell it. You could actually seize it and have the proceeds delivered to you for child support payments. And as you said, that also holds true for someone's personal home. As long as you don't live in a home state, you can actually place a lien on their property, any kind of real property. It's not even just the property that they live in. It could be income producing property. It could be their vacation home, any kind of property. And then you just file the petition to force a foreclosure. Now, the thing about it is, let me tell you, again, I have been in this business for over 25 years. Mm-hmm. I have advised and coached and counseled and helped countless numbers of parents to actually place liens on real estate. Only one property has ever foreclosed as a result of the lien. And the reason is because it was used as leverage, because they went and found the past due child support and paid it so that the home wouldn't be foreclosed. But there are plenty of methods out there. This is just a sampling.
So there's a good question. I'm going to post it here on the screen. Naja, who is my namesake, she's extremely beautiful, naturally, because her name is Naja.
I see her avatar.
She asked, I wonder how you do this without ruining the co-parenting relationship. I mean, I think if it's at the point to where you're having to place liens on a person's home or fight them for child support, then the relationship might be kind of tough. But Simone, is there a way to get arrears that you are rightfully owed awarded to you without causing a rift? Have you ever seen that happen in your 25 years of experience?
Well, see, actually, you just hit the nail on the head. I mean, just boom, right there. Because if you are at the point where you have to even consider trying to place a lien on somebody's deposit account because they are $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 in arrears in child support, what kind of co-parenting relationship do you actually think you have anyway? More often than not, what we have found in all of the years of doing business is that when it gets to that point, typically there isn't a whole lot of relationship there anyway. Typically, we're talking about parents who might come sometimes and other times they don't come. And so the co-parenting relationship is not strong anyway. The parenting relationship is most likely not strong anyway. But to directly answer the question that Naja posed, I'm going to say that it's not ruining a co-parenting relationship, because you can't ruin what's already there. What's already not there. Right. So you have to make, all of your own personal decisions as to what's important to you. If it's important to you to make sure you collect that $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 so that you can retire when your day comes, or send your children to college when they want to go, and you're not short on the cash to do so. If those are the things that are important to you because you've been dipping in your pocket for 18 years and now your retirement funds are drained and you can't retire in 10 years as a result of that, you know, you have to make some of those difficult decisions. It's not my job to tell parents how they need to proceed. I tell them that they can, and I can give them that roadmap, but I can't make that decision for them.
Now, when I started initially reading some of your posts, when you joined the group, I was like, this woman is mad. You seemed angry. You seemed mad. You seemed like you had a chip on your shoulder, but I'm talking to you now and you're so pleasant. So I just, like, I don't know. Like, I was prepared to come in tonight and just be like, look, Simone. Now, I mean, I don't hide the fact that I am seriously father's rights. Now, since you hunt down deadbeats, do you do the opposite? And do you get people that have wrongfully had had money taken from them? Do you help them get that money back?
My business is focused on the collection of back child support payments, period, because that's the need that was given to me in my mission over 25 years ago, and that's what we have focused on. So maybe there's another company out there that does that, but that's not what my company does.
Okay.
That being the case, you know, I'm an advocate for the children at the end of the day. And so while professionally I do not do that work, my company does not do that work. Every now and then, if I have the time, because, you know, I'm in the middle of a huge business growth phase right now, but if I have the time and parents shoot me an email and they have a question or need some assistance on the other side of the coin, I'm always there to help. There was one dad, I think just yesterday, who sent me an email who was telling me actually the very same problem that you just mentioned right now. He said, well, you know, money was coming out of my check. It shouldn't have been. Nobody's helping me. I don't know what to do. And I told him, you know, the steps that I thought that he should take. I actually invited him to contact me, told him I would give him the paperwork to do it. And I'm not charging him for that, but it's just something I do because it's what I do. So I'm an advocate for the children.
Okay. So we have another question. Ari asked, if there is no current child support order, can you get back pay once you do go to court and file?
Okay. So this is what I hate this question, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I have heard it so many times from moms. They are discouraged so often from going to get a child support order for so many reasons. Two of those reasons might be either people tell them or they assume he doesn't have any kind of income. Well, he doesn't have a job anyway, so why am I going to go and bother? You can't get blood from a stone. I mean, you hear all these things like so often, and I got to tell you, 80% of the time they're wrong about that. But it's drilled into them over and over again. So, you know, that's one of the reasons moms don't go. And then also in our community, we hear the thing about, why are you going to take them downtown? Why, do you really want to take your business downtown? Keep the government
out of your business, right? Keep those courts out of your business.
Right, exactly. And we hear that a lot. Moms, women, we hear that a lot. And then so many years go by until we finally decide, you know what, Dad, my child is 12. He has started another family. You know, I think finally I should go and do something about this. And the unfortunate thing is
so you
that
can't go back if you're 12 years old.
I couldn't hear you, Naja. You froze.
So if you can't, am I moving now?
You're moving.
Okay, so if your baby is 12 years old, you can't say, he's never given me anything for 12 years. I want 12 years worth of child support. You cannot do that. Or
no. Okay, but what you can do, and this is what I highly recommend and I suggest to moms. Even if you don't think that he has a thin nickel, you go and you get your child support order, because that's when you can go and get retroactive. Now, he may not be able to pay you for 12 years, or maybe you can't track him down for 12 years because CSC didn't help you and you didn't find Deadbeat Hunter until your child was 12 years old. But if you already have the child support order in place, then you can retroactively claim all of the back child support, because the law is that the day that you file for your application is the day that child support starts.
I see. Okay. So I'm getting messages on my phone. So somebody said Tennessee is actually trying to pass a bill that you cannot go back more than 5 years for arrears. So those of you that are sitting on this money, those of you that are just waiting, Simone suggests you go ahead and do it now. So what if you cannot find the person? Because I know you said go ahead and file and you can retroactively do it. There's a lot of cases where a man cannot be, a parent, I'm sorry, I keep saying man, a person cannot be served because they cannot be found. What do you do then?
Well, first of all, just to be clear again, child support goes back retroactively to the day that you file, not the day that you appear in court. Okay, so whether they can't find him or not, whether he evades court, whether he doesn't accept his court papers or whatever, it's the day that you file. Okay, so that's point number one. That's good. That's
no,
good.
You know what? Because I keep screaming father's rights, but that was a piece of information that, I mean, I can't help you guys out. Like, look, if you know this, you owe this woman money, she can go down there and file. And just because I know a guy, real talk, you guys, I know a guy that joined the circus because this is not funny. I know a guy that joined the circus. So I'm sorry. Well, it was actually his father. His father joined the circus so that he would not have to pay child support. Like so you guys, basically, Simone, so you're saying,
is that real? Are you making that up?
I promise you, I wish I could say that person's name, but this is a true story.
Wow.
Anitra asked, and we did address this question earlier, but some people might just be tuning in. She said, so what if he works under the table? Like, what if he does not have a check that you can garnish to be proven? Then what? Do they get a state minimum?
I didn't hear the last part. Do they what?
If the man works under the table, basically, if he's being paid only cash, how would the courts determine how much he owes? Is there like a state minimum amount?
Well, those are two different things we're talking about. Okay, so we have how much is going to be ordered to be paid, and then there's collecting the money from the parent who works under the table. So what specifically is she looking to ask about? The getting of the child support order if he works under the table, or the collection of the money?
Let's just assume collection of the money because she didn't specify. So let's assume collection.
Okay, so yes, this goes back to some of the methods that we talked about at the beginning of the show, because what I want to impress upon everyone is that there's always a paper trail. Okay, so let's say, for example, let me just give you a couple of plum cases that we've worked on over the years. Let's say that you know that he is he runs a barbershop. So he gets paid in cash all of the time, right? So if he owns the barbershop, well, then there's an asset for you right there if he's the sole proprietor, and most barbershops actually happen to be. If he owns the barbershop, you can file certain paperwork to have the sheriff go in and do something that's called a till tap, where they literally can go in and empty out the proceeds of the cash register and hand all of that over to you for unpaid child support.
Okay.
And what I recommend, what I recommend is that you want to choose a day right before a big holiday when you know everybody's about to go and get their hair done for the holiday. So if Easter's coming up, you want to do it on Friday or Saturday because everybody's in there getting their trim done. Cash registers packed full. You're going to get as much money as possible. You want to do it before Easter. You want to do it before the 4th of July. You want to do it before Father's Day or Thanksgiving or New Year's or Christmas. You want to do it during those plum times. So I see your eyebrows twitching over there. So
right. I'm just like,
plenty of options.
How long does this take from the time a parent goes in to file the paperwork to get the sheriff to go in there and yank this money out of this barber, mechanic, whatever, out of his hand? How long? Are we talking years and years and years?
No. It's definitely not years, but what I do want to tell you is that it's not shake and bake. Okay, so this is not something that's going to happen today and you're going to get paid next week. There is a process. Now, that how long the process takes is going to depend on where you are in your child support collection process. Let me explain. So, for example, whether you have your judgment for your past due child support award or not is going to make all the difference in the world. So what the judgment is you have already gone to you've already gotten your child support order. Let's say you're owed $30,000 and everybody knows it. You submit certain type of paperwork to the court and you say, okay, I would like to have a judgment for this amount of money that this person owes me. You take that paper, you combine it with some other kinds of court paperwork. You get the judge to sign off on it, and then you submit that paperwork to the sheriff. That process right there is going to take you about 30 days. Okay? If you don't have your judgment, you're going to have to, there are a couple of more steps. But
did y'all hear that? 30
Once
days.
the sheriff gets the paperwork in hand, it's just a matter of them putting it on their schedule. So we're talking about another 30 days. So we're talking about maybe 30 to 60 days of time that's going to elapse between the day that you start your process and the day that the snatch is taken. Now, I just want to explain one thing about the judgment, if you can, because I'm sure that you have some more questions coming in. I want to explain what that means. Yes, I want to explain what that means. Okay, your judgment, having your judgment for your past due child support is going to mean the difference between everything that you want to do and nothing that you're able to do. This is what a judgment means. So let's say that you're Macy's or you're a mortgage company or you're Ford Motor Credit or whoever. And, you have loaned somebody some money and they didn't pay it. You can sue them and the courts would then give you a judgment. With that judgment, you can then take it and you can take money out of somebody's checking account or foreclose on property. All of these methods that we have talked about in the past, that is called being a judgment creditor.
Okay.
A parent who is owed past due child support has the same rights as a judgment creditor as Macy's or the mortgage company or Ford Motor Credit. You are on the same playing field as soon as you have that judgment in your hand. And the judgment is key. You have the judgment. You can do all these things that we've talked about and more. You don't have the judgment. You have to wait until you get it before you to take all of these steps.
Okay. Did you guys get that? We asked about time frames. Now, who can you represent? Like if somebody wanted to use you, call on the Deadbeat Hunter, is this a nationwide thing?
Yes, we are a nationwide company. We always have helped clients across the country since day one. But what I will say is that for 20 years, I operated as a brick and mortar company, which means we had a storefront. People would come in, people go by on the bus, see us, hop off, walk through the door.
Oh yeah, I'll bet.
Okay, it was fabulous. We were in a corner, great parking space. But we are now pivoting to an all digital platform. So all of our work now is going to be done on a digital platform. And let me explain the reasons why. Operating a brick and mortar for the past 20 years, we were able to help a few hundred moms a month that would come through our door. Operating a digital platform, we can now help thousands every single month. And there are millions of moms out there who need these services. So we have made a pivot. And as you know, because we've talked about this, we have a product that's launching this summer that's going to help thousands of moms every single month.
Okay. And real quick, I want you to give me a number. If this doesn't break a ballpark figure, what's the most you've gotten anybody back in arrears?
You really want this number?
Yes, I want it. They want it too. We want it.
Okay, $685,000.
Okay, so
let me me give you the next one under that. The next one
What
under
is that?
was a $500,000, and it was money that a famous athlete needed to pay an escort that he had gotten pregnant during their little to-do, and she had a baby.
She had a baby. Okay, so getting back on subject. So Brandy, thank you for waiting. Brandy asked a question, and I'm just going to read it.
Sure.
She said, what if the woman makes more than the man, but it's in overtime to offset what he is not paying?
Okay.
Will this affect the support payments? Now, one thing I can say is, Brandy, certain states don't even consider the woman's salary. So I'm assuming that you live in a state where your salary is taken into account. So Brandy is saying, like, for example, if her base salary is $35,000, but she absolutely must work overtime, is overtime taken into account when they're calculating what the other parent owes?
Depends. Maybe, maybe not. It depends on whether she reports it, right? Okay, so this is the thing. This is the problem that women come up against when they're in court, because a lot of times the guys don't report their overtime. They don't report their second jobs or their third jobs, and it's called straddling income. Something else that they do sometimes is when they know that they're about to come up on a court date next month because they got the papers, they stop working the overtime that they've been working for 5 years straight. So
that's a pretty old trick, you know. Right.
So that the pay stubs show less money, and when they go to court, they can cry poverty. So, I'm not suggesting that anybody do this because, again, I am an advocate for the children. But like you said, it depends on the state where the originating state where the parents live. It depends on the proofs that are provided in the courtroom, because the proofs mean everything. Doesn't matter what you come into court saying, he say, she say, it doesn't even matter. The proofs that are on the table are what's going to be used to determine the child support order.
Okay. Oh, we have a really good question here. Really good question. Okay, so Naja asked, and I'm going to put this on the screen. She says, can somebody that is getting paid an agreed amount without having a court order, can they use that as proof of income for a home loan? And this isn't really, I'm sure you could probably answer this question. This isn't really pertaining to what you do, but basically if her child's father is giving her, let's say, $3,000 per month, can that count as income? And maybe someone in the comments can answer that. Simone, if you can, because I don't know the answer.
I can answer.
Okay.
Child support, it's always up to the person who's receiving the child support to decide whether they want to use that money as income or not. You do not have to declare that as income. If you choose to declare it as income, you can, as opposed to alimony, for example, which absolutely must be declared as income.
Okay. So if the person it's not court-ordered child support, if they're just given paid money without it being agreed in court, they can still declare that as income.
She can still declare it as income. I would say that she probably needs a better paper trail than that, because that looks a little sketchy. And, her mortgage broker might want to share some ways that she can declare that paper trail, because, just having $3,000 a month pop up into your checking account, folks are going to want to know why. I mean, are you making
where it's coming from?
So I would work on that.
Okay. So getting back to you and your background, what is the relationship like now that you have hunted your own, your child's father? I want to know. I have to know. I got to know.
I don't mind. That's okay. That's okay. You know what? The thing is that throughout the years, our relationship actually has been touch and go. I had to chase him down. I collected. He got to this point where he realized that he can't pull anything over on me anymore. So he stopped trying to. So that was the good news. The bad news was that, he never fulfilled the person that he could have become. He could have been a much greater person, and I don't know what went wrong in his life along the way. But I found myself through many times across over the years, actually helping him out financially, spotting him money because his lights were going off, because, he had, he had remarried, new kids and whatever. And those kids are my daughter's siblings. Yeah.
Yes.
And so he would call me up sometimes and ask me to spot him money. And even though he owes me, child support and he's paying it, he's calling me up and asking me to spot him money. And as a person who, we used to have a relationship, and okay, he went bad, and, I checked him, and he doesn't do that anymore. Over the years, he had problems. I helped him out. And so we have this really weird relationship because, it's always been debtor-creditor for the most part. But he also always knew that if anything ever went down, and he actually needed something, he could call me, because he did quite often.
Right. Okay, and, that's good. So let's just say, now there was one woman in the group I specifically remember. She said it was almost impossible for her to remove the order, take the order away off the table. She wanted to just take it off her kid's dad. She was like, I don't want him to pay through the courts anymore. And she said the courts made it almost impossible. Now, is this something that you see often, or is this really difficult to do?
No, it sounds like there's some missing information there. So I can just give you just some general parameters, because I don't have enough information on that case to really comment on that person's case. But the child support obligation belongs to the parent who initiated the paperwork. So, if you ever want to close your case, they might think you're a little bit nuts, but it's absolutely up to you. I ended up closing my case. I encourage people to close their cases because in some ways that's the only way that you can use the laws of judgment creditor. But those are the only reasons, and it's not closing.
I thought you were trying to be nice.
Those are the only ways sometimes that you can use the laws of judgment creditor. But it's not closing the case. You don't close your ongoing support. What you do is reduce your child support arrears to a judgment so that you can use the judgment. So it's not closing the case. But the only time that they can prevent you from doing that is if money is owed to the state, because now that has nothing to do with you. So if you were on services at some point because he was doing dirty and you didn't get paid and you had to go get stamps or WIC or Medicaid or whatever, and there's an amount of money that's owed to the state, they are not going to close that case. Now, there are some states now that are having these debt reconciliation programs where they will either cut a portion of the debt that's owed to them or even dismiss all of their debt so that dads can get their licenses back or whatever, move on with life. By no means are those law across the country. Those are some states that have those programs and some states that don't. But it is their decision whether they are going to do that. Okay.
Now, and I'm not sure how much this has going into your realm of expertise, but Medicaid, WIC, state programs, do they or do they not report to the state?
Now define what you mean by report to the state.
Well, like you said, if once you start owing the state money, it becomes a state issue. It's not a parental child support thing. It's like you owe the state money. So if the state gave the mother, the custodial parent, WIC, food stamps.
Yes. I got you. Okay. Well, that is one of those state issues. So there are some states where if you are receiving WIC benefits, then that money will be owed back. And there are some states where it's not. That's a state-by-state issue. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, guys, we're going to take a few more questions and we're going to get ready to wrap it up just to let you know. But Simone, I want you to, when you were talking about, what it is that you do, I was like, I gotta talk to you. But, I do this for Blended in Black. I do this for you guys. This platform is about mending and blending families, and feeding the children. Paying money for these children is a very important part of it. So, when someone comes on the show, I try to give you guys something. And I said, Simone, look, these people need stuff. I said, Simone, what can you give Blended in Black? I said, what can you give us, baby? Because we need something. And Simone has offered a discount code, an extreme discount code. And she's offered, tell them about the beta testing that you're going to give to a few select people in Blended in Black.
Okay, thank you so much for that. This is great. Okay, so what I want to tell everyone is this digital platform that we have just created, we have named her Athena. Athena is going to be launching this summer, and she includes everything from legal document preparation to skip tracing. So when you need to find that errant missing parent, or you need to do some searching on income streams and assets, attorney supervision, and complete case management, all wrapped up in a digital platform. So she is launching this summer. It's a 3-tiered subscription plan program for moms of every budget and case needs. So depending on the type of case that you have and what you need and what your budget is, will determine which level of Athena that you choose. Now, launching this summer, but before we launch, we're going to be doing a pre-launch beta testing program, and we are offering it for free.
How much?
I said for free, and I love some free.
So don't say I don't hook y'all up.
Free. So we are offering it for free for 100 moms who need to use the platform. Okay, so the beta test is going out for free. So this is what I told Naja, everybody. I told her that I would hold a few spots for Blended in Black members. So what you need to do is you need to go to the web link, which is beta, B-E-T-A, beta.
I'm going to type it in the comments right now.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. beta.don'tgetmadgetpaid.com and apply. Read all the information and then apply. There's going to be a form that needs to come to you, and you're going to need to fill out just some demographic information, because we have to go through some demographic filters to make sure that we get the group of people that we need for this beta testing. But I have committed to hold several spots for Blended in Black members. So if you're interested in Athena, document preparation, skip tracing, attorney supervision, and complete case management for free, gotta hit it up and apply.
So don't say, hey, look, Blended in Black, Miss Naja is all about hooking y'all up. So this is a free service. You will be a part of the beta test group, and you know what a beta test group is. Also, Simone has written like 600,000 books. She's an avid author, and she's also giving us a super deep discount. So I went to look at her book, and I ordered it from Amazon before I knew that I was gonna meet her and talk to her. I ordered the book. I paid like $24 or $25 or something from it. But we were on the phone before this interview today, and she was like, well, I'll give your members a discount. And she gave me a discount code, which I'm going to share via email, because I'm not going to put it all over the place. But she's cut the price in half. So what's the title of tell them about the book, Simone. And then she offers the book for half price. So I don't know if she's going to give me my $12 back, or is this just for y'all? Tell them about the book.
When I said free, I mean free for me. I don't mean free for you. All right, so my most recent book is called Deadbeat versus Dead Broke. And, what the whole thing is about is, determining whether the person that you're dealing with who's not paying you is really a deadbeat, or is this person really dead broke and really just can't pay you a dime? And if that's the case, then what do you do about it from there? But what the book does is walk you through the entire process of child supported collection, everything from tons of resources that you can use on your own. And there's a lot of them that are free in there. And these are actually the same exact resources that private investigators use. So I give you all the lists of the ones that are free, ones that are low cost, ones that are high cost, so you can just determine which ones work for you. So all of the resources are in there to locate the absent parents if you can't find them, locate income streams and assets if that's what you need to do, how to serve them when you don't have a thin dime to your name, because I know my audience. I know a lot of moms are strapped. So I painstakingly go through the process of spelling out piece by piece of how, and step by step, in very, very, minute detail of how you can do this by yourself, because, it's a lot of cash if you want to try to hire a lawyer. A lot of moms can't afford to hire a lawyer, and a lot of times hiring a lawyer is not even the best thing for you. And I go into that as well, because half the time they don't know what they're doing. Lawyers are not debt collection companies. And what we're talking about is the collection of a debt. When you go into a family law attorney's office, he's going to be looking at this from a family law perspective lens cap, and he's not thinking about how to collect this debt. He's thinking about continuing just to push you through enforcement motions, taking his license away, taking his passport away, trying to get him arrested, and that's not going to help you out. If you want to use those things for points of leverage, that's fine. If you want to collect your cold hard cash, the attorney's office has never been the place for you to go. So the book is about doing it yourself with not a dime to your name.
Got it. All right, Simone. So, hey, everybody, I'm going to wrap this up. But, Simone, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
having me. I hope to have you back. Yes, and next week or week after that, we have some people, guys. We have some people that we have a couple, actually, a married couple. And their main mission is to turn over arrears. So as Simone hunts down deadbeats, these people get your arrears deleted. So I'm hoping we can all have like one big three-way call. And we also have a very angry dad.
I would have tore that up.
Yes. And we also have a very angry dad that has a lot of questions, and he wants to confront Simone. So make sure you sign up for the email list. Okay. You just go to blended.black.com/sign up. I'm going to put the sign up links all over the place. And in the morning, in the AM, you will get a blog complete with all of Simone's sign up, her book information, of course, the access code. You'll get all that stuff. So, Simone, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Everything's going to be sent out, you guys. Make sure you please sign up for the mailing list, though, because it's how you're going to get all these freebies and these offers. And I want you guys to get this book in your hand. Mine is on the way, so I want you guys to get this book. So I love you, Blended in Black. Thank you guys for supporting me, and thank you for what you give to me. I appreciate you for helping me to make this platform go and keep it afloat. So, Simone, I'm going to let you close it out. You have any final words of affirmation for these mothers that think it's hopeless to get that money?
All I want to say is that everybody can be found. Unless you're in the witness protection program, there's not a single person out there that cannot be found. And to go out there and collect your money, because child support evasion is a crime, and it's a crime that you can't afford.
All right, Blended in Black. So we're out of here. We thank you guys so much, and we love you.
Thanks for having me, Naja.
Good night, everybody. And if you're not going to go and sign up for the newsletter right now, just leave your email down in the comments, and I'll go and I'm sorry, that was me. I'll go and take it out of the comment section, and I'll just add you to the newsletter. But otherwise, go and sign up. Thank you, guys. Love you. Good night.
Good night.